The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. I promise, at some point I'll get a decent night's sleep. Hello there, my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program 2 weeks before Christmas, this 11th day of December 2023, and today we play Game 4 of our by request American League Championship Series from 1972. It is a rematch pitching-wise of Game 1. Catfish Hunter, who 3-hit these Tigers of Detroit in Game 1, versus Mickey Lolich. And they are well equipped to go on 3 days rest. Hunter and Lolich can both go 135 pitches. Again, the Tigers still have home field in this series. The first two were in Oakland. Oakland won 7-0, 7-0. And then in game number 3, Billy Freehand broke up Vida Blue's perfect game with a home run, or his shutout with a home run, and the Tigers slipped past the A's 2-1. So I didn't realize that Dick McAuliffe hadn't played in this series for the Tigers. I've been using Tony Taylor at second, not necessarily a bad choice, but Dick McAuliffe had more at bats, and he's a lefty with a righty Hunter on the mound. So here's the situation: the Tigers win. We play a winner-take-all Game 5 tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. And if the A's win this one, then we'll play the Dodgers and the Giants from 1962 tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. So that's pretty much that. The Tigers, they won, trying to force a decisive Game 5 on a windy, cool night here in Detroit. As Retro Sports Network presents the 1972 American League Championship Series. Wow. Tonight, from Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan, it is the Detroit Tigers and Oakland Athletics. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Dave, how are you? I bet you had a snow bust in Rochester, and Mr. Waterfield, who requested this series and didn't ask why I wasn't playing Dick McAuliffe. Anyway, yeah, you're catching me live. Pickle Girl is on, so this better be good. Hey, if I can touch my elbows together, you'd pay good money for that, Gardner. All right, Mickey Lolich went 6 1/3 in Game 1. He took the hard loss, 7 hits, 2 homers, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Lolich, 32 years old, fastball at 88. Again, Billy Martin used him every 4 days. He started 41 and finished 23 on the year. In that loss, he gave up all 7 runs in 6 1/3 inning, 100 pitches on the nose. The 2 homers, he walked 4 and struck out 3, and he has the mini Pearl ERA of 9.95. The lineup he will face here in Game 4, Bert Campaneris leads off at short. Joe Rudy batting second in left field. Mike Epstein, despite the lefty on the hill, he is their big power hitter. He will bat third and play first. Reggie Jackson cleans up in center field from the IHOP of Bellingham. I think I should do a fight from there. That would be interesting. How you doing, Scotty? If Oakland wins, you get the Dodgers and Giants tomorrow. Reggie's in center. He'll clean up. Sal Bando at third will bat fifth. Dave Duncan behind the plate will bat sixth. No tennis. Tim Cullen at second will bat seventh. The cat is now quite interested in what I'm doing. Angel Mangual in right will bat eighth, and Catfish Hunter on the mound will bat ninth and go about 135 pitches. It's an early breakfast or a late one. It's only 4:30 out there. Willie Horton is a 2 and a 5 as we set the Tiger defense for you. Jim Northrup, lefty versus the righty Hunter, a 3 and a 5 in center. K-Line a 6 and a 6 in right. Aurelio Rodriguez a 9 at third. Eddie Brinkman a 10 at short. Dick McAuliffe has recovered enough from whatever injury I didn't give him to be a 3 at second. Norm Cash a 4 at first. Freehand an 8 and a 6 behind the plate. Lolich a 3 with a 9.47 ERA. Campy 4 for 13 on the series. A walk and a strikeout. And I forgot to change Oakland here. Fly ball, center field. Back goes Northrup. Jim is there, 1 out. JT Dutch, how are you? See, nighttime is the right time. We get a bunch of people we don't necessarily get during the days. Mike from the truck, how are you? Ah, the chess stuff. The Magnus and Hikaru tournament. Joe Rudy, 3 for 11 on the series. A home run, 273 average, and 3 RBI. Lolich will deal. And Rudy slaps that one up the middle. McAuliffe, his first chance over to Cash. 2 out. The cat is no longer interested in fake baseball. Mike Epstein, 2 for 10. Home run and a double. He has driven in 2. And he strikes out. Lolich got him, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Go to the bottom of the first here in Game 4. No score. So Catfish Hunter went the distance. In Game 1, 121 pitches and threw a 3-hit shutout. He walked 2 and struck out 4. He is 26 years old. Jim throws the fastball at 87 and is a fly ball plus pitcher. Dick McAuliffe will lead off at second base. This is his first appearance of the series. Billy Freehan batting second behind the plate. He has a .354 on-base percentage, and then I think it's like second or third best on the team. LK Line is in right. He'll go third. Norm Cash cleans up at first. Willie Horton in left will bat fifth. Jim Northrup in center, the lefty matchup, gets the call, batting sixth in center field. Aurelio Rodriguez at third will bat seventh. Eddie Brinkman at short goes eighth. And Lolich, who threw 11 pitches in his half of the first, will bat ninth. Joe Rudy is an 8 and 8 and left as we set the Oakland defense for you. Reggie Jackson a 4 and an 8 in center. Angel Mangual a 6 and a 5 in right. Sal Bando a 7 at third. Campaneris a 6 at short. Tim Cullen a 6 at second. Mike Epstein a 4 at first. And Dave Duncan a 5 and a 4 behind the plate. Catfish a 7 on the mound with a .964 fielding percentage. On the real year, McAuliffe 240, 8 homers, and 30 RBI. He has no speed, and Tony Taylor does. But we're playing the percentages, and McAuliffe tries to send this one into right. Mangual running in, rides a Schwinn, 1 out. So here's Freehan, 3 for 9 on the series. A home run, 2 RBI. The cat, I don't know what she's after. What are you after? The scrounger is the cat. Billy Freehan has walked twice. How you doing, Andrew? And struck out once. How much snow did you get, Andrew? Struck him out. Hunter got him to chase a 1-2 fastball. Here's K-Line. Al is 2 for 10 on the series. None. We got about an inch. They were calling for 9 here, and we got 1, and it's gone. Line drive to Campaneris, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1 in Game 4, no score. It snowed heavy for about an hour here, but it was kind of hard to take a 9-inch call seriously, considering that when we woke up yesterday morning, it was 54 degrees in Burlington. It's 33 now. It's going to be slick tonight on the roads because they're wet. Reggie Jackson is 4 for 8 on the series. Has doubled, homered, driven in 4, scored 4 times. Lolich starts the second. Fly ball right field. Away back there. And I just pulled a John Sterling. That was a Rainmaker pop-up to Cash. Andrew says where he is. Never got under 38. Colder now and was windy. Yeah, it was windy. Dave said it was windy down where he is. Sal Bando 2 for 10 on the series. A double and an RBI. And he walks. So the first base runner of Game 4 is Sal Bando. Here's Dave Duncan. He played in yesterday's game 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And if that name sounds familiar and you're not of this age group, was a pitching coach for Tony La Russa forever in both Oakland, St. Louis, and I'm sure Chicago as well. Pitch to Duncan. And there's a base hit right center. That's going to get past Northrup all the way to the wall. Bando is into third. Duncan's got himself a double. And the A's are cooking here in the second with one out. Not Mariano's brother. Nope. Nope, not at all. So here is Tim Cullen, who is not Bill's brother. 1 for 5 on the series with a double. And has a chance here to drive in 2. Ground ball to third. Rodriguez has it. Snap throw to Cash. Cullen is retired. And Bando doesn't go anywhere. 2 out. So Lolich might be dodging one here. Mangwa, 3 for 12 on the series. He has singled 3 times. And driven in 3. 2 out pitch. Struck him out. Lolich gets out of the jam. No runs, a hit. The A's leave on 2, no errors. And we go to the bottom of the second. Tiger Stadium breathes a sigh of relief, no score. So here's Norm Cash. Norm has struggled. 1 for 11, a single, and 4 strikeouts. Hunter starts the second. Line drive to Cullen for the out. 1 away. Oh, is that who that was? Joe Coleman, who pitched Game 3 for Detroit. The photo that we had obviously wasn't of Joe. It was with the Philadelphia A's, not even the Oakland A's. Scotty's being bad. The photo that was there is of his dad. That's pretty cool. Thank you for that. Scotty says, don't say jam around Lolich. Too distracting. Yeah, Mickey and Boog were pretty good size. Is that Jim Hunter? Yes, it is. That is Catfish. And as you go through, because this is all from the master photo pack, it's not from 72. The amount of A's players who have Kansas City hats on. Pitch to Horton, who's 3 for 10. That's into left center. Reggie running over, and he will make the catch. A sliding catch on the grass, 2 out. For Jim Northrup, who's 0 for 4 and grounded into a double play. McAuliffe and Northrup are in against the righty today as the Tigers try to force a Game 5. Into left center, Reggie running in, rides a Schwinn, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to third here in Game 4, no score. So Mr. Hunter went 0 for 4 in game number 1. Lolich starts the third, and Catfish is going to slap this one into shallow right for a base hit. So on this cool night here, he puts on the jacket. Opening 9 for Lolich, 2 innings plus, 29 pitches, 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Billy Martin yells, ankle, ankle from the Tiger dugout. Campaneris glares at him. Lolich deals. Drops one down. Free hand, however, goes to Brinkman to get the slow Hunter. So the sacrifice does not work. Campy with good speed on first for Joe Rudy, who's 0 for 1. Lolich throws to first. And Campy's back. What JT Touch knows about Joe Coleman is that he was the best reliever early on with the 78 A's. And when Charlie Finley sold him to Toronto, that was a tipping point from Jack McKeon, who resigned as manager with Oakland in first place. Yep, they were a good team in the early part of 78. And also had some crowds that were of about 450 people. Not even Wags at that point. Pitch to Rudy. Ground ball to first. Cash goes to Brinkman for 1. Eddie throws to first. And it is a 3-6-3 double play. No runs, a hit, no errors. Bottom of the third here in game number 4. Oakland nothing, Detroit nothing. So Rodriguez, Brinkman, and Lolich to face Catfish here in the third. Aurelio 1 for 10 in the series. A single and a strikeout. Got him. An 0-2 changeup. Got him looking. 1 out. Eddie Brinkman. A number of players. Poncho 72. How are you? Thanks for the follow. Over from Washington. You can see the curly W on the hats. Brinkman 0 for 9. Ground ball to Campaneris. Deep in the hole. Throws to first for the out. So 2 out for Lolich. 0 for 1 with a walk in game 1. Not much of a hitter. He had 0.67 and 72. Struck him out. 9 up, 9 down. Cold here in Ohio. Well, hopefully you enjoy. After 3, no runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Tigers nothing, the A's nothing. Mr. Waterfield says, back in the summer of 1968, he was 9. A little older than me. We went down to Great Falls, Montana for the holidays and went into a Montgomery Ward's. You know what? My wife got a Montgomery Ward's catalog the other day. While the rest of the family shopped, you sat in front of a TV and watched the A's and the Tigers. And that's how they became your team. I wondered how that happened. It's a good story. Right age, too. Mike Epstein 0 for 1. Lolich struck him out in the first. And Epstein draws the walk. Brings up Reggie, who's 0 for 1. When Reggie got hit in Oakland, he pulled a candy bar out of his pocket and threw it at the pitcher. Line drive to right. K-line gets the ball. Gonna dive. Got it. What a good play by K-line. Read that perfectly off the bat. Knew how to dive for it. 1 out. From Bando, who walked. Oakland's threatened in the second, but could not score. Popped up. Left side. Rodriguez. That's a rainmaker out there on this clear night. And he'll make the catch 2 away. For Dave Duncan, who has a double. This is a pitcher's duel we expected in game 1 is what we're getting here in game 4. Fly ball, left field, going to curl into foul territory. Rodriguez, not a lot of room, but he'll make the catch, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. The A's will leave on a man. They've left on 3. And after 3.5 in game 4, no score. So here's how the series has gone. In Oakland, it was all Oakland all the time. Catfish Hunter, a 3-hit shutout in game 1. It was the Raiders 7, the Lions nothing. In game 2, it was Kenny Holtzman's turn to shut down the Tigers, 7-0. And in game 3, Detroit got past Oakland on a Bill Freehan home run, 2-1. And since Mr. Waterfield came around before the advent of the Edmonton Oilers, he'd started playing hockey in the summer of '67. How you doing, Steeler fan? The Leafs had won the last cup, and that's how he became a fan. McAuliffe, by the way, is 0 for 1. Hunter, 9 up, 9 down, 30 pitches, 3 innings, 3 strikeouts. And there goes the no-hitter. That's going to be a stand-up double as McAuliffe ripped that one all the way to the wall in left center. So runner on second, nobody out. First base runner for the Tigers. Here's Freehan, who struck out his first time up. And that's a base hit into left center field. McAuliffe will take a round third. He's going to hold there. Rudy's got a good arm. And the Tigers are cooking here in the fourth. K-line is 0 for 1. So you wondered why Freehan's batting second. Well, he's hitting .364 in the series. And is setting up K-line. Hunter's pitch. Fly ball right field. That should score McAuliffe. Mangual back in the corner makes the catch. Freehand goes back to first. McAuliffe will tag. They're going to run on him, and the throw just goes in the infield, and they finally get to Hunter. So 12 1/3 shutout innings for Catfish. Goes for naught as the Tigers draw first blood, 1-0 here in the fourth. For Norm Cash, who's 0 for 1. Hunter's pitch into right. Mangual, he should get there. He does. Freehand goes back, 2 out. You can tell, by the way, just playing these games out, why the American League adapted the DH after this series. Willie Horton is 0 for 1. They're just in a lot of hitting. Pitch from Hunter. Struck him out. That's 4 for the Catfish. But the Tigers break through for a run on 2 hits and no errors. After 4, 1-0 Tigers. So Cullen, Mangual, and Hunter here in the 5th. Tim is 0 for 1. And the question is, do the Tigers bring back, if they win this game, Woody Fryman, bad elbow and all, to pitch game 5? Kenny Holtzman, I'm sure, will get the call tomorrow for Oakland, if this holds. Pitch to Cullen. Base hit, right center field. Northrup will pick it up. Steeler fan. Thanks, my friend. 19 months. A year and a half. Wow. Someone the last time I just started their 36 month. That's crazy. Thank you. Angel Mangual struck out his first time up. A's have 3 hits. The Tigers have 2. Lolich deals. There's a slow ground ball to third. Rodriguez across the way to Cash. Mangual's running, and he's out by a bang banger. So 1 out. Cash and Rodriguez for the bunt here. Mr. Hunter is 1 for 5 in the series. And that hit came his first time up. He swings. That's a ground ball to McAuliffe. Cash back to first. Cullen moves to third. 2 out. For Bert Campaneris. 18 batters deep for Lolich. 4 2/3. 63 pitches. 3 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Tying run is Cullen. And that run is going to score as Campaneris puts this one into right field. So Campy's got a single. And a 1-1 tie, 2 out here in the 5th. For Joe Rudy, who is 0 for 2. Ground ball to McAuliffe. Dick throws to first, and halfway through game number 4, certified classic. It's the A's 1, the Tigers 1. And Northrup sends this one high and deep to right because I hit the mouse the wrong way, and that's gone! Jim Northrup. Well, you're supposed to get the commercial. Instead, you get the home run. That pitch clock was going, and Northrup, who's in the ball game because he's a lefty hitter against the righty pitcher, has put the Tigers up 2-1. Once again, we'll be back right after this. Well, if you joined us late, here's how we got here. This one has been a pitcher's duel, as you would expect from Mickey Lolich and Catfish Hunter. Al Kaline, a sac fly in the fourth to make it 1-0 Detroit. A moment ago, Bert Campaneris, an RBI single to score Tim Cullen with 2 out to tie the ball game. And then just now, because we forgot to pause the game for the commercial message, Jim Northrup hit a solo home run to right center to make it a 2-1 ball game. So Hunter now 3 hits through 4. Both the runs are earned, a home run and 4 strikeouts. Lolich, 5 innings, 4 hits, a run. It was earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. And you wonder why Oakland's on the verge of winning the series. Well, their ERA for the first 3 games is 0.69. The Tigers at 3.96, and both teams aren't even hitting the weight of your average football player. Oakland as a team 227, the Tigers 136. And when you're hitting my weight, that's not very good. Chris Bennett went out to Met Gym in 1988 in Seattle. Did you go to Scott Howard's? Have a good time. He wore a fur coat and showed me his World Series ring. Must be proud of that. He used to drive out to Seattle every year to catch the Tigers over the summer. I wonder if you two were in the same ballpark at the same time. Aurelio Rodriguez struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And that is ripped into center field. Reggie makes a sliding catch for the out, 1 away. Eddie Brinkman's 0 for 1. Ground ball to third. Bando with a diving stop in fair territory. Throws to Epstein for the out. 2 away for Lolich. And Mickey, eating some jam, struck out his first time up. Struck him out. That's 5 for Hunter. But the home run to Northrup is huge. We go to the 6th here in game number 4. It's the Tigers 2, the A's 1. So Epstein, Jackson, and Bando to face Mickey here in the 6th. And no one is in any hurry to get out and go to the pens. Epstein has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. And he gets hit. You don't want that. A 3-0 changeup that just kind of got away from everybody. And now you're bringing up Reggie Jackson, who is 0 for 2 today. Can we say shutdown inning? Sure we can. So Epstein on first. Here's Reggie. Struck him out. Lolich got him to chase a 1-2 fastball. On the inside corner at the knees, and Reggie with a check swing couldn't check it in time. So here's Bando. Sal is 0 for 1 with a walk. Well, we got you here. Thoughts on the Ohtani deal? So, as Ohtani does his best impression of Bobby Bonilla, during the 10 years that the deal is actually active, he's only going to take $2 million a year. And then the next 10 years, he's going to take in $68 million a year. Pitch to Bando. There's a ground ball to Brinkman. Might be 2. McCullough for 1. Cash for 2. So a 6-4-3 double play. No runs, no hits. They don't leave anybody on. And after 5.5, the Tigers 2, the A's 1. So McCullough, Freehan, and Kaline here in the 6th. Hunter through 18 batters, 58 pitches, 5 innings, 3 hits, the home run to Northrup, and 5 strikeouts. McCullough 1 for 2, a double and a run scored. Yeah, it will make the salary or the luxury tax hit for the Dodgers from $70 million to $46 million a year. But yes, to sit there and say you're going to make $68 million a year in your 40s. I didn't make $68 million a year in my 40s. And I don't make it in my 50s either. Pitch to McAuliffe. In the right, Mangual coming in and will make the catch for the out. A great diving stop, one away. The Lions, who will play here, kind of wondering how much this field is going to get torn up. All these sliding catches on the grass. Remember, the Lions played here through 74. Here's Freehand. Bill is singled and struck out. He's 1 for 2. For both Ohtani and the Dodgers, considering the size of that deal, it's smart. And the Dodgers will, and the Dodgers figure that I guess they don't have to. The jersey sales aren't shared. Freehand 1 for 2 is singled and struck out. And there is a ground ball to Epstein. Mike has it, underhands it to Hunter for the out. So 2 away for Kaline, who had the sack fly in the 4th to make it a 1-0 ball game. 2-1 now here in the 6th. Kaline rips this one to second. Cullen is there, and that'll do it. No runs. How you doing, Tribe fan? No hits and no errors. We go to the 7th in Game 4. Tigers 2, A's 1. So Duncan, Cullen, and Mangual to face Lolich here in the 7th. Dave 1 for 2 with a double. And there's a one ripped in the left. Horton here's a who, makes a catch, 1 out. For Tim Cullen, 1 for 2. Has singled and scored. The lone run in the 5th on the Campanera single. In the left, Horton running in almost to the infield and makes the catch, 2 out. For Mangual, who's 0 for 2 in the strikeout. So Lolich, after that very rough Game 1, has done yeoman's work here through 6 2/3 in Game 4. Ground ball to Rodriguez. Aurelio throws over. Stretch time. 2-1 Tigers. Well, it says I have the 7th inning stretch checked, which is when you see the Patreon ad. So if Ohtani, Tribe fan says, doesn't play out the 10 years, will it be show day instead of Bonilla day? Imagine whatever day that is. On your 40th birthday, you get handed a check for $68 million. That's just crazy. Cash is 0 for 2. Ground ball. Cullen can't get there. It hits his glove, and Cash is going to reach on the air. And now, can Detroit cash in? K.A. Jackson 1. How are you? Thanks for the follow. Willie Horton is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Yeah, I don't either. Well, the new Mets owners didn't try to buy Bonilla out, probably because it gets them publicity. There is no such thing in baseball as bad publicity. Horton 0 for 2. Fly ball, left field. Back goes Rudy, away back there. And off the wall, off the auxiliary scoreboard out in left center. Cash will round third. Rudy has a good arm. Cash is going to go. Campaneris relays it to Duncan. He's in there. That's a huge run as the Tigers go up 3-1. So now I'll bring up Jim Northrup, who's 1 for 2. It was his home run in the 5th. Now put the Tigers up 2-1. A huge insurance run. 3-1 Detroit here in the 7th. And they're going to walk him. So Northrup draws the walk. So here's Aurelio Rodriguez, who is 0 for 2. And so who can hit a righty? And the answer is, do we have a third baseman? They're going to pinch hit Tony Taylor. 2 for 11 on the series. 2 singles, a run scored, and 2 strikeouts. Tigers trying to get something going now. You got Brinkman who can't hit, and then the pitcher spot. So Detroit trying to salt this one away right now with nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. They lead 3-1. Gets away from Duncan, and everybody moves up 90. That is a pass ball. And now advantage Taylor. A single now makes it a 5-1 ball game. Pitch to Tony. That is a base hit. That's going to get down all the way to the wall. Horton and Northrup score, and Tony Taylor with a huge pinch hit double. 5-1 Tigers. For Eddie Brinkman, who is 0 for 2. And as good as Catfish Hunter looked in Game 1, honestly, he hasn't looked too bad today. He's given up the 5 runs. That was Ron's call, by the way. He's only given up 8 hits in 15 innings. So here's Taylor on second. Brinkman going to swing away here. Nobody out. Struck him out. That's 6 for Hunter. And now you're going to bunt Lolich with 1 out. Ando and Epstein coming in. Duncan throws to Cullen covering, and Taylor moves to third. Okay, I'll be Billy Martin. Although I've not been endorsed by the International Brotherhood of Airport Urinals. 2 out here for McAuliffe. 27 batters deep for Hunter. 94 pitches, 6 2/3. 5 hits. The home run in Northrup was huge in the 5th. It made it 2-1 Detroit. Has walked 1 and struck out 6. McAuliffe, 1 for 3, a double and a run scored. Campaneris has plenty of time over to first, and McAuliffe is retired. That will do it. It was a huge inning in that air. Oh my goodness, did that ever hurt? 3 runs, 2 hits. The Tigers have only left on 2, but as we go to the 8th, it's 5-1 Detroit. So Tony Taylor will play third. They'll take out Rodriguez's arm and power. But Taylor got a shrinking violet at third to 5 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Must not have had that many innings there. Catfish Hunter 1 for 2. I'd imagine the A's will pinch hit here. Although he's only thrown 98 pitches through 7. George. Oh, where is Todd B? His best buddy in the whole wide world, George Hendrick, coming in to pinch hit. George, 182 and 72, 4 homers and 15 RBI. Lolich has a ton of pitches left. He's only allowed 4 hits and 1 run through 7. Struck him out. That's 4. 2-2 curve, got him in the inside corner. So 27 batters deep for Lolich, 86 pitches, 7 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Campy is 1 for 3. He has singled and driven in the lone run for Oakland in the 5th. Laces that one in the left field. Horton will pick it up. And Campy has a hit. Brings up Joe Rudy. Joe is 0 for 3. Grounded into a double play. John Hiller starting to loosen in the Tiger pen. Might be 2 here. Brinkman's got it. McAuliffe for 1 turns. And the throw to first is not in time. But they get the speedy Campaneris, 2 out. For Mike Epstein, who's 0 for 1. A walk and a strikeout. Hiller starts to slow down in that Tiger pen in right field. Or where would the Tiger pen have been? Along the left field or right field line? Epstein in the center. Northrup, big old ballpark, makes the catch, and that'll do it. Gary Wazlewski, left field. Okay, so you can see it from the third base dugout, or first base dugout. The former Red Sox pitcher, Gary Wazlewski, coming in to pitch after 7.5, 5-1 Detroit. Wazlewski, 8 games for Oakland in 72, 31 years old. Fastball at 87, standard pitcher. 0-3 the record with a 2.04 ERA. 17 2/3, 12 hits, 3 homers. He's walked and struck out 8. Freehand, K-line, and Cash here in the 8th. Bill is 1 for 3, 4 for 12 on the series with a strikeout today. And he draws the walk. So here's K-line. He had the big RBI in the 5th, or the 4th rather. 0 for 2 with the sac fly. Wazlewski deals, and he walks K-line. So 2 on and nobody out for Norm Cash, who is 0 for 3 with a run scored. If this result holds, noon tomorrow Eastern Time, Tigers and A's for all the marbles in the American League in 1972. Get it out! Get it out! They're hearing from the crowd. Wazlewski deals. He won't hit that one out. Shallow center field. Reggie coming in. Makes the catch. Freehand tags and better hold. So first and second, 1 out for Horton. Willie has got himself a double. He is 1 for 3. Drove in a run. Struck out. Freehand on second. K-line on first. Ground ball to Epstein at first. Mike goes to Campaneris for 1. And Horton's going to reach as there is no throw. Pass hasn't been catched. He didn't have a great year. So here's Jim Northrup. It was his home run that changed the series around today. 1 for 2. Solo homer made it 2-1 in the 5th. And Tony Taylor's 2-run single in the 7th made it a 5-1 game. Freehand on third, Horton on first. Wazlewski deals. Into left field, it goes the opposite way. Rudy will grab it. And we go to the 9th. No runs, no hits. They leave on 2. We go to the 9th. 5-1 Tigers. So Lolich will get the chance to shut this one down. Obviously will not be pitching tomorrow. Reggie Jackson's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. It is Reggie, Sal Bando, and Dave Duncan. The A's need 4 to tie and 5 to go ahead. Pass McAuliffe into center field for a base hit. So here's Bando. Sal is 0 for 2 and is walked. Well, it's just over 100 pitches. And he walked him, and we're not going to mess around now. It will be... Now, they didn't use Hiller as a closer. He also pitched yesterday. So I guess I go with Seelbach. We'll let the person who asked for this series tell me who he wants. Who do you want? Sherman was a lefty. It's all righties. I think they would go with... You could go with Timmerman as well. Or Chris Zachary. Or Laren LeGros. The pitching coach got caught with a lung dart. You want Laren? And so LeGros is making his second appearance in the series. Lurch is 24. Fastball at 85. Ground ball plus pitcher. He pitched in game 2. Oh, that's who Campy threw the bat at. I thought it was Hiller. But you're right, it was LeGros. It was in Oakland. So it was either game 1 or game 2. LeGros pitched in game 2. 2/3 of an inning, 13 pitches and a hit. And that's it. Fastball at 85 and a ground ball plus pitcher. LeGros was told to throw at Campaneris' ankles. And Campy took exception to it and threw the bat at him. I remember seeing that in a pregame intro of like 83 and was scared to death. I'd never seen anybody throw a bat at another player. Dave Duncan is 1 for 3. He has doubled today. He is 1 for 6 on the series. Nobody out. LeGros trying to send this to a game 5. It is not a safe situation, by the way. I don't believe. Into left. Horton comes in. 1 out. Reggie will hold at second. So 1 out for Tim Cullen. Let's see what the computer does here. Timmy 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. Jose Offerman did as well. I still am in therapy for the Red Sox using him as a first baseman. Pitched Kurt Blefary? The lefty, who went 5 for 11 and drove in a run. 2 of those 5 hits were doubles. Blefary? That's all I'll say it. If someone says differently, then... Anyway, he's got Jackson on second. Bando, bring in the lefty. Hiller or Sherman? That's true, Tribe Fan says. You make less errors at first than you could at short. Hiller. So LeGros' day is done. Hiller pitched yesterday. 29 years old, fastball at 87, an extreme ground ball pitcher. Went an inning and 2/3, picked up the save. 27 pitches, allowed a hit, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Also Canadian, I'm being told. Wear boots. Although it doesn't change the average too much. He goes from 312 to 303. So Jackson on second, Bando on first. 5-1 Tigers. They're 2 outs away from a game 5. Kurt, ground ball to third. Taylor's got it. McAuliffe for 1. And Kurt's going to reach. So they get Bando. And so now last chance saloon for Angel Mangual. So Reggie on third. Blefary is on first. And Hiller, you burn him today, you might be able to use him for a 3rd straight day tomorrow if you need him. He winds and fires. Struck him out, and the Tigers have forced a game 5. He got fooled on that one. Detroit could not score in the 2 games in Oakland. And in the 2 games here in Detroit, the A's have been held to 2 runs. Two hours and 22 minutes. I'm going to give Tony Taylor the MVP for Digital Dice. It was his 2-run single in the 7th that popped this one open. Yep, 2-2 going into Game 5 in Detroit. So 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. The Tigers leave on 4. Oakland, a run on 6 hits and an error, and they left on 7. Now, the finale would be at 10 Mountain Time tomorrow. 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 12 noon Eastern. Lolich, 8 innings, 6 hits. A run it was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 4. LeGros retired the 1 man he faced, and Hiller struck him out to end the ball game. He went 2/3 of an inning. Catfish Hunter, 7 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, a home run, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. And so, just as Mr. Waterfield wanted, oh, my pleasure, Chris, my pleasure. Just as Mr. Waterfield wanted, you got this one going all the way. We're going to have a decisive Game 5. And really, the way that it went, how can you bet against Detroit? You got home field in a deciding game. Now, I suppose we'll find out whether it's going to be Fryman or Coleman. You know it's going to be Kenny Holtzman for Oakland. But it's one for the pennant tomorrow at noon Eastern, 10 Mountain Time, 9 Pacific. Until then, I'm Ron Chuck, and thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow to wrap this one up. Again, the final score, the Tigers 5, the A's 1. Good night, everybody.